Can somebody explain to me why this young brother is in jail right now? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
Tonight, an arrest for murder in Virginia after teens tell authorities an age old childhood prank, the ding dong ditch, turned deadly. A high school senior shot to death while doing the stunt, his friends say, for a TikTok video. Now, the homeowner, Tyler Chase Butler, arrested and accused of second-degree murder. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office saying in a press release it was 3 a.m. Saturday morning when they got a call for a burglary in progress where shots were fired. Deputies found two people with gunshot wounds on the scene. 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr. was transported to a local hospital where he died just hours before his high school prom.
Okay. Number one, high school seniors. You say this was a childhood prank. Ding dong ditch. For those of you who are of the darker hue, such as myself, y'all remember what we used to call this back in the day, right? Okay. Um, I'm sorry, but this is something that I would not have done as a high school senior. It's kind of like going Halloween candy trick or treating and you in high school. I think I did do it one time in maybe ninth or 10th grade because guys I went to school with, they was trick or treat. Like, what the hell? But then when you're going down the street, everybody say, man, y'all too old for this. And they close the door in your face. Okay. So you're too old to go trick or treating in high school, unless you got, taking your little brothers, little cousins, whoever the case may be. But this here is something that you okay, childhood prank and 3 a.m. does not go together. Why are you out at 3 a.m. doing dumb stuff? But unfortunately, he lost his life, and that's sad. But dude, these kids are stupid nowadays. I mean, I remember we used to say kids were dumb back in the day, but really, there is something wrong. Uh-uh. There is actually something wrong with these children. I blame it's social media. It's bottom line. If what they're saying is true and it's a TikTok prank, that's the problem with social media is that they want, what do you call it? They want attention, likes for clicks and giggles. And so they'll do anything for attention. And then once that kind of wears out, then they'll step it up a notch. And then once that little prank wears out, they'll step it up a notch. How many videos have you seen where these guys do some kind of internet, YouTube, TikTok prank and they get deleted? They get beat up because ain't nobody playing no games out here. Grown folks ain't playing games like that. So you talking about 3 a.m. in the morning? Man, I remember, and I paused because nobody want to hear about this prom, man. Look at her. They're going to try to paint him as, this loving young man who couldn't do no wrong, had a girlfriend. All the kids love him. We're going to have you're going to have a friends and family get together on the 20th. I understand the dude passed away but he doing something stupid because of this social media. We have got to petition, and I'm glad we got folks like Governor Abbott and other politicians who are trying to put in laws to limit the use of cell phones in the school, electronic devices in the school. Now, if we can just get parents to do the same thing, and we're talking about when they're young because we know COVID jacked them up. So they're behind in reading, behind in math, behind in any kind of learning. They're still graduating, and for some reason their brain is so underdeveloped that they feel at 18 years old they can do something called a ding dong ditch. I didn't know they were still doing that. Like I said, you do it as a little kid, but now you got shit. If he was 18 years old, that man, he's a grown man. But anyway, let's keep going, man.
His stepfather telling me he was a student athlete who played lacrosse, football, and wrestled, now gone.
That
Another
got nothing to do with what he did that night.
teen, great.
And I'm looking at this school, right? And this is in a whole nother state than where I live. And it's interesting how all these schools nowadays are made the same, as if they got the same developer that makes these schools. If I could be a school engineer, man, you'd be set for life. Because all you gotta do is hit each state, keep building schools. Once they get budgets, go around building schools, and man, or you ain't got to be a developer. Be the one who sell the bricks, or the roofing tiles, or the shingles and stuff like that. Well, you be making money forever because they're gonna have to upgrade these schools all the time.
Grazed with a bullet, telling investigators, according to court
Mhm.
records, now gone. Another teen grazed with a bullet, telling investigators, according to court records, they weren't trying to break into the home to steal anything. They were just ringing doorbells and running away.
Now, something that's not told, and this I'm trying to find, and it's hard to find. It's funny with this story, it's hard to find the video and the the actual police report for this, like freely online, because if I can find it, I'm gonna link it, but I couldn't find it by the time I made this. They said it was in that man's backyard. They said it was like say 3 in the morning, and they jumping and kicking the door, right? At 3 o'clock in the morning, they kicked the door. It's like, what the heck is going on? They said that these kids showed the police videos of pranks they did earlier in the day, but yet didn't show a video of this prank. And why in the hell are you out at 3 o'clock in the morning? Where your parents at?
And a third teen, not shot, telling authorities the same story. And
Now see how they sticking to their story, their own code. They're sticking to the same story, but that's okay. Once they get really interrogated, like really interrogated, not interrogated by their peoples, the truth will come out. Kind of like the story with the Carmelo Anthony story down here in Texas. Everybody want to make him as a murderer. He need to like get the death penalty and be put under the jail, lynched. Pretty much what they want to happen. But when you watch the brother, the brother of the deceased guy, do an interview, you watch the daddy do an interview, the mama do an interview, you do a background, look at their backgrounds and things like that. You know that the story is not the way they're telling it, which is one reason why he probably got a bond. Like this brother here, he say he was still in jail. Like I mean, at the recording of the story, he'll probably get like a bond hearing on Monday or something like that, and they'll get him out. But they got to put him in. But I don't say he don't have. I don't know. I don't know why he don't have a bond now.
showing police a similar
I don't know why the hell.
video from
I don't know why the hell he's in jail right now. To tell you the truth. Let's see.
showing police a similar video from earlier that night. The question is whether a resident can claim self-defense in such a case.
In Virginia, if you are going to use lethal force, you have to be in fear from the perspective of a reasonable person of bodily harm, great bodily harm, or death.
Now, see, that's where you have the interpretation of the law. Law doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Law is just law. So, what would be interpreted as fearing for your life in an imminent death? Somebody jumping and kicking your door. Because my thing is this here: if you got hit like in the leg and the chest, how and other dude was grazed? I guess were they running from the? Because it's like they say, like I don't know, some states if a person is running from you, then you can't shoot at them. But how do you know? So now you're telling somebody to think in a split second if somebody's running at you, right? Running in your house, you standing back, and then they see the gun and they turn. By the time you start shooting, they turn around and you start shooting. Now you're the criminal. You're the criminal. They'll probably start running, but they ran because they saw you. So it's almost like they know that in those states that if you kick in the door, you break in someone's house and you see them, all you gotta do is turn around, take off running, and it don't matter. You can live to see another day. And then you can go to the next person's house and try it again until somebody whose probably reflexes or reactions not fast enough or too fast, and they take you out. So what is like really what constitutes fearing for your life? 3 a.m. in the morning, somebody kicking in your door. Cause you know what? Let me keep going.
The sheriff's office saying the butler is held on no bond at a local jail. We haven't been able to reach him or an attorney. The investigation is still ongoing and may uncover if it really was a ding-dong ditch that led to shots ringing through this neighborhood and a young life lost. Drew Wilder, NBC Washington.
So I gotta. So let's say this. I remember years ago, I was living I was living somewhere in another little city, still out here, and let's say like this. It was a guy came and I remember being asleep in bed. It was night because I had to get up early in the morning, go to work like at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I go to bed by 9 o'clock. Somehow I befriended this dude for but anyway, befriended this guy. He's a little older than me. I actually like got was acquaintances with his like son and nephew and whoever. And then befriended him and whatever. Wasn't really a friend, but talked to him when I saw him. One night, this dude comes. I hear a doorbell ring. Doorbell ring and somebody banging on the door. Now I'm asleep. Open the door. First thing I see is like red, like outside. So I'm thinking my spot is on fire. And I'm trying to get up, like what the, I'm looking, trying to get up. And then by the time, I get my thoughts together, I realize it's the outside light and this food is ringing my doorbell. So, I'm asking like what you want, blah, blah, blah. This and the third. Now I'm thinking like what he wants. So now I gotta get ready to protect myself and tell him, hey man, I'm gonna go to sleep. We gotta go. This and the third. And then he ended up leaving, whatever the case. But the thing is, at that moment, let's just say if he would have kicked in my door and startled me and woke me up, then instantaneously, this is Texas, so the laws are different there, but still, instantaneously, he get to run through my house. I'm gonna have to defend myself. I would have to defend myself, and rightfully so. If he would have been banging on the door, now they say these kids, they said they was kicking doors, not just ding dong, not just ringing. Because let me ask you a question: how do you ring a doorbell? That's why it's way more to this story than what's being told. How do you ring a doorbell, take off running, and get shot at? That doesn't make sense. Like right now, while I'm recording this video, if somebody comes to my door right now, rings the doorbell, and take out running, I ain't got time to get my gun and start shooting at them. The only way I could do that, let's say like they rang the doorbell, took off running, came back, rang the doorbell, took off running. Or I look at my camera, I see three guys coming up to my door with ski masks on and hoods, which is what these kids had on. What am I gonna think? And then they come back and ring the doorbell a third time. No, it does not justify me shooting at them, but I can get on that camera, get on that microphone, say, hey man, y'all need to quit that before something happened to y'all. Then they take off. Hey, laugh like little bitches and take on that. Laugh, laugh like little bras, take off. But to be 3 a.m., we don't know if the brother was awake. We don't know if he was asleep, but we do know he had that heat close to him. So whatever them kids did, it garnered his attention, and it had to have taken time in order for him to be able to blast through the door. If he blasted through the door, so I don't know what in Virginia you gotta announce that you have a gun, like get away from here. I got a gun or I'm gonna shoot. I don't know if you gotta announce that or not. I don't think you gotta announce it in Texas. I mean, somebody get the bamming on your door. Again, you see 3 a.m. ski mask or hoodies and they're bamming on your door, and then I saw somebody in the comment section somewhere said that he never known that somebody who breaking in your house rang the doorbell. Oh, contrary, my little ignorant friend. That's what they normally do. Because what they'll do, and this is something the police told my parents back in the day when our house was broken into, they'll ring the doorbell, bam on the door, ring the doorbell just to see if somebody, this is back in the 90s, ring the doorbell, see if somebody come to the door. If not, then they'll go around back, jump the fence, then bam on the back door. Then if nobody come, now they're gonna break into your house. That's how they do that. Don't just come in and just pry open. This ain't TV. This ain't the movies. Don't just go to a window. Look through the window, try to find where the little crack is, put a little stick in there with the window. No, they don't do that. That's not how it usually works most of the time. Most of the time, they're ringing your doorbell. I've also seen where they've also had stories of where they'll ring the doorbell if you answer it early in the morning. Somebody say, "Man, my car broke down the street, or I got a flat tire. Can I come use your phone?" You be like, "Hell no! We don't. Matter of fact, where your car at? I'll call the police and have them come get you, have them come down there. You know what I'm saying? See about you." And then when that person walk off, you'll see somebody behind them, like walking way back in the shadows. That happens. So you never know what. So to play this ding dong ditch, you're stupid because you don't know what the other person on the inside is thinking, and the person on the inside don't know what you thinking. You might be the SWAT team come kicking in the doors. Who knows? Don't nobody know, but I do know that this was ignorant on the teenagers' part. Too old to be doing this. If it's ding dong ditch, like I said, I believe I saw in the story that they actually like went to his back door or whatever. But maybe that's a lot. No, don't no. Let's scratch that. They went to his door, kicked in, said they weren't trying to steal numbers. 3 o'clock in the morning. How the hell do I know? Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. It's simple as that. He may have said I got a gun. Who knows? He can say I said I got a gun, and they kept doing it. So that's when I shot through the door. I don't know. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. If you like support us financially, you can give super things, super chats, super stickers, and you can go to that description box. There are links there you can click on to help support the channel that way. I believe it's Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, something like that. But if you would like something tangible for your dollars, which a lot of people do, you can go to marlonmorale.com. You can go to our Shopify store, or you can just simply click the shop button below and check out all our luxury products. We got fragrances that last all day for men and women. We got beard products. We got silk products for men and women. And we got handbags and much more. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.